Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about electrical activity of the heart. Let's start with some of the very basic things. Most of us know that electrical activity of the heart start from sinoatrial node or SA node. SA node is a specialized cell present in the posterolateral wall of the right atrium just below and lateral to opening of superior vena cava. This is a specialized cell because they have very little contractile elements, so they cannot contract by themselves. Instead, they produce impulses automatically without any external stimulus and at regular interval, that is in the certain rhythm. So that property of SA node is called autorhythmicity. And this SA node is in direct contact with atrial muscle cells, so impulse generated here will travel to atrial muscle cells and cause them to contract. The impulse from SA node also travel to another node here called atrioventricular node or AV node mainly through three internodal fibers. Those three internodal fibers are, the anterior one is called Bachmann, middle is called Wenckebach, and posterior is called Thorel. So mainly through these three fibers the impulse reaches here to the AV node. AV node is located in the right atrium just behind the atrioventricular valve, that is in the posterior wall, and very close to interatrial septum. And the important property of this AV node is that this AV node has very little or very less amount of gap junction. So conduction of impulse in the AV node is very slow compared to other part of this conduction system. And from the AV node the impulse travels to the bundle of His, and this bundle of His will divide into two bundle branch, each going to the each side of the ventricular septum. That is, the left bundle branch will go to the left side of the ventricular septum and right bundle branch to the right side of ventricular septum. And from there the impulse will travel to these very specialized cells called Purkinje fibers, and these Purkinje fibers are continuous with many of the ventricular muscle cells, and those muscle cells which are not continuous with Purkinje fiber, the pulse will travel to them via gap junction present in the ventricular muscle cells. Some important points to notice from this conduction system is, first, the SA node has the autorhythmicity, that means they can generate impulse without any external stimulus. But this autorhythmicity is not present only in the SA node, this is present in the AV node also, this is present in the Purkinje fibers also. But normally they do not produce their own impulse. Let's see why. The rate of firing is different at different places. SA node has firing rate of 70 to 80 per minute. Similarly, AV node and Purkinje fiber have discharge rate of 50 to 60 per minute and 30 to 40 per minute. So let's take an example and see how SA node takes over the control. So let's take example of three cars on the same line. They are on the same line but with three different speeds. So this is car A, B and C. This has a speed of 70 per minute, this has 50 per minute, and this has 30 per minute. It's because this car A has very high speed, this will go from here to here fast, and before the car B starts moving on its own speed, this will come here and start dragging the car B at the speed of car A, that is 70 per minute. And now this car B will start moving at the rate of 70 per minute and will go from here and drag this car C before it starts moving on its own speed. Because of this reason, this car A will take over the speed on both car B and C. So car A here is the SA node, B is AV node, and C you can say Purkinje fiber or other part of the heart. However, if the SA node is non-functional or conduction from SA node to AV node is blocked, in that case AV node can start discharging on its own rate, that is 50 to 60 per minute, and ventricle will contract at that rate. Similarly, other part can also start discharging at their own speed if the conduction system is blocked. That was one thing. Next point is that in the AV node, the gap junction number of gap junction is less, so the conduction is slow in AV nodal system. So because of that slow conduction, there is slight delay before that impulse travels from SA node to the ventricular muscles. And what is the significance of that? So suppose if this delay was not there, atria and ventricles would contract at the same time. That is not beneficial because ventricles would relax when the atria is contracting so that it can collect blood and pump more blood during its contraction. So because of this AV nodal delay, it gives ventricle time to relax when the atria is contracting. On the other hand, the Purkinje fibers have conduction velocity which is very fast. So because of that, the impulse travels to the ventricular muscles in very less time, and significance of that is the ventricular muscles will contract almost at the same time, and if they suppose if they don't contract at the same time, the force of contraction will be slow. But as the ventricular muscle contract as a unit because of rapid conduction of impulse, so force of contraction will be high. Now let's talk about how action potential is generated in SA node. If this is a SA node cell, the resting moment potential here after the action potential is over, it is not around minus 90 millivolt like other cells. Here it is around minus 55 to minus 60 millivolt. Okay, so this is the resting membrane potential. At this membrane potential, some of the sodium channels are open. This sodium, because of this open sodium channel, some sodium will move in and take this membrane potential towards less negative, upward, right? So as it moves here towards less negative, it has not reached the threshold yet. At this point, this channel will close and some other channel opens. What is that channel? This is a calcium channel. Calcium channel opens, and as calcium moves in, this membrane potential goes still higher towards less negative and reach the threshold. Okay, as it reaches the threshold, this calcium channel also closes and some other channel opens. That channel is also calcium channel, but different type of calcium channel, and which opens at threshold level, and this will lead to depolarization of action potential, depolarization phase of action potential. Okay, and as it reaches the peak of the action depolarization, now this calcium channel will also close and another channel will open, which will cause repolarization. And I hope you know which channel is this. This is potassium channel. Okay, and as the calcium, this calcium, purple calcium channel close and potassium channel opens, the potassium will move out and membrane potential will reach towards resting membrane potential. And as the resting membrane potential reach towards resting membrane potential, now again which channel will open? This sodium channel will open. Normally sodium channels, if you talk about the action potential in other cells, sodium channel opens when the membrane potential depolarizes. But here in this case, what is causing opening of sodium channel? Hyperpolarization, not depolarization. So because of this reason, some people found this very funny. Normally sodium channels open during at depolarization, but here it is opening at hyperpolarization. So they found it funny and named it funny sodium channel, also F-type sodium channel. So this black sodium channel which opens at the end of action potential is F-type or funny sodium channel. And when this funny sodium channel closes, which channel opens now? This calcium channel. And what is this calcium channel called? This calcium channel is fast and lasts for only a small time, that is called T-type calcium channel. T is for transient. Okay, so this red channel is T-type calcium channel, and as it reaches the threshold, again another sodium channel is opening, and this another calcium channel is opening, and this calcium channel is long lasting and slow, so this is called L-type sodium channel. Okay, before the threshold, T-type calcium channel opens, and at the threshold, L-type calcium channel opens. And here at the peak, again which channel opens? Potassium channel, and will cause repolarization. So this again action potential is over. So this part from here, resting membrane potential to reaching of threshold, it does not require any external stimulus. It reaches the threshold without need of any external stimulus because of opening of this funny sodium channels and T-type calcium channel. This potential from here to here, resting membrane potential to threshold, is called pacemaker potential or pre-potential. So this is how action potential generates in SA node at regular interval, and that interval is usually of 0.8 second. And you know that a autonomic nervous system can change this rate. Sympathetic nervous system increases heart rate and parasympathetic nervous system decreases heart rate. So how does that happen? So when sympathetic nervous system is activated, it releases norepinephrine, which will work on some receptor on the SA node and will cause or increase the permeability of this sodium channel and this calcium channel. So more sodium and calcium will enter, and because of as the more sodium and calcium enters, the membrane potential will reach the threshold more quickly and the frequency of action potential will increase. So if the duration between one action potential to another was initially 0.8 second, now this will decrease, so heart rate will increase. On the other hand, if when parasympathetic nervous system is activated, it releases acetylcholine. Acetylcholine act on another receptor on SA node, and this increases the permeability of this potassium channel at resting level. At resting level, potassium channel, some potassium channel are open, and as potassium moves out, this will neutralize some of the calcium and sodium that enters. So now this, because of this neutralization by efflux of potassium, it will reach the threshold, membrane potential will reach the threshold slowly, and that will decrease the frequency of action potential. Okay. As threshold, reaching of threshold is slow, the frequency of action potential will decrease, and now this duration from one action potential to another action potential will be more than 0.8 second, and heart rate will decrease. So this is how autonomic nervous system increases or decreases the heart rate. Sympathetic nervous system increases heart rate by making this pacemaker potential more stiff, and parasympathetic nervous system decreases the heart rate by making the pacemaker potential more flat. Now, as the impulse travels from SA node to atrial or ventricular muscle cells, those cells will produce action potential, and that action potential is different from action potential in SA node. So let's see how action potential is generated in cardiac muscle cell. So suppose this is one ventricular muscle cell. The resting membrane potential here is around minus 90 millivolt. Okay, so this is the resting membrane potential, and as stimulus comes here, the impulse from SA node comes here, this will cause slight depolarization of the membrane, and the membrane potential will reach the threshold. So as the membrane potential reaches the threshold, some ion channels open here in this membrane, and those channels are voltage gated sodium channels. And remember here, these sodium channels opens not by hyperpolarization but due to depolarization. So they are not same as those funny sodium channels present in the SA node. These are the sodium channel present in other neuronal cells and skeletal muscle cells. Okay, so what happens when sodium channel opens and lots of sodium trickles in? It will cause depolarization. So this phase of action potential is called phase 0 or depolarization phase, which is because of opening of sodium channels, voltage gated sodium channels. At the peak of this depolarization, this sodium channel closes, and as you know, like in other action potential, what happens? See, this potassium channel opens. Potassium channel opens, and as potassium channel opens, potassium moves out and membrane potential comes towards negative. But here in this cardiac muscle cells, this happens for very short time. See, at this point this potassium channel will close because some other channel has opened, and that channel is calcium channel. This calcium channel is not transient type but L type or slow type calcium channel, and opening of this channel will cause entry of calcium inside the cell, and also this will lead to closure of this potassium channel. So this potassium channel is closed and calcium moves in. So this will maintain the membrane potential to a plateau level, right? Because of slow trickling of calcium, the membrane potential remains depolarized for long time, and this phase is called plateau phase. So this small depolarization is phase 1, this is phase 2 or plateau, and at the end of plateau now this calcium channel closes and this potassium channel opens again. Now as the calcium channel close and potassium channel open, now membrane will go to repolarization and reach the resting membrane potential. Okay, so from essay note some differences you can notice here. That one thing, the resting membrane potential is stable here, it does not go automatically to the threshold. In essay note it goes automatically to the threshold. Here it reaches the threshold because of a stimulus coming from essay node. Another thing is the phase 0 or depolarization in this the cardiac muscle cell is because of opening of this fast sodium channel. In the essay node that was because of slow calcium channel. Here phase 1 is a small repolarization because of opening of potassium channel for a small time, and phase 2 or plateau is because of opening of slow calcium channel, and this phase 3 is repolarization caused by closure of calcium channel and opening of potassium channels. And after next impulse comes, the same thing will happen. Depolarization, slight repolarization, plateau, then repolarization. Okay. So this is the action potential in cardiac muscle cells. One last thing I want to discuss today is excitation contraction coupling of cardiac muscle. This is not actually the electrical event, but how electrical event leads to contraction of cardiac muscle, and this excitation contraction coupling is very much similar to skeletal muscle. When the action potential reaches the membrane, this action potential travels to interior of cell through T-tubule, and as we know that this action potential will cause opening of L-type calcium channel and calcium enters here. This will cause release of, this will activate the calcium release channel on the sarcoplasmic reticulum, also called ryanodine receptor, and this further increases calcium level by causing release of calcium from sarcoplasmic reticulum. So this calcium coming from two sources, one from extracellular fluid through this calcium channel and another from sarcoplasmic reticulum from ryanodine receptor, that will now bind with troponin and cause muscle contraction as in skeletal muscle. and when the muscle contraction is over, this calcium goes back to sarcoplasmic reticulum by calcium pump or goes out of the cell to the extracellular fluid by calcium sodium exchanger. Okay, and this is how muscle relaxation occurs. So that's all for electrical activity of the heart. Thank you for your time.